The very low birth weight infant are probably the most vulnerable patients in our healthcare system due to their brain and nervous system are in the most active phase of development, and consequently they have a very immature autonomic and stress regulation. Under often very challenging circumstances, it is our obligation as caregivers to provide the best conditions as possible for these systems to develop properly. In addition, we also have to support the processes of bonding and attachment between parents and infant, processes that are so crucial for the long-term health and development of the child. In a global perspective, the neonatal mortality of very low birth infants in low-income countries is shockingly high, in many areas over 50%. For survivors, even in high-income countries, there are worrying reports on long-term effects of extreme prematurity. But please do not despair. On Saturday's workshop, we heard strong indications that developmental interventions such as immediate skin-to-skin contact could significantly increase the survival. And today, we will hear about the developmental supportive care interventions both during hospital period as well as after hospital period, after discharge, that improve long-term development of survivors. During the first minutes to weeks of life of the very low birth weight infant, developmentally supportive care focus very much on supporting regulation of the vital functions of the infant, such as heart rate, respiratory rate, circulation and body temperature. Parallel to supportive actions to maintain autonomic stability, the objective of developmental supportive care is to create conditions under which the brain continuously can mature, create and maintain adequate neural connections, express or suppress adequate parts of the genome by epigenetic mechanisms, and consequently develop means for more complicated human functions such as stress regulation and ability of social interaction. The key concepts of all effective interventions are to support and enhance the ability to read and understand the behavior of the immature infant, and consequently form a foundation for attuned and sensitive interactions with the parents or other caregivers. Where the adult continuously adjusts his or her interactions to the infant's changing needs for support. If the degree and intensity of support and stimulation, such as social interactions, or proposed activities, plays, or whatever, are well attuned to the infant's physiological status and neurobehavioral competence, it would enhance the child's information processing and abilities to explore and adequately interact with the world around him. The basis of developmental supportive care intervention is the recognition that the newborn infant is a being in his or her own right, and letting the care providers be guided by current needs of the individual infant and family. On the individual level, care and intervention based on the infant's own behavior makes sense from a biological and ethical point of view. But as we will hear later today, there are also significant economic savings to be made for the society as a whole by developmental supportive care.